idea what you're talking about. It's just so embarrassing. At least have some humility. Between us, we've read maybe 10,000 books on the topic, and you've read 2 Wikipedia entries, and you start talking about chapter 6. Do you know what chapter 7 is?
I watched the long-awaited Norman Finkelstein Destiny debate. It was 5 hours long, but it took me like 8 hours to actually get through the whole thing because I had so much secondhand embarrassment. Like, you know when you're watching TV and something like really cringy is happening and you have to like get up and walk around because you feel so viscerally uncomfortable? That's what it was like watching this. I don't know why a Twitch streamer would walk into a room with the most preeminent historians in the world on a topic and try to tell them that they don't understand the issue that they wrote their doctoral theses on. And that him, the Twitch streamer who discovered this issue a few months ago, is actually the only one who gets it. It was actually like, it was so humiliating for him. Like at some points he was just like in the background like scrolling on his phone. But I actually do think there was a lot to learn in this 5 hours, not from anyone on the other side of the table, but Professor Finkelstein and Professor Rabbani are, you know, very knowledgeable, and if you can handle the cringe, worth the watch. But here is my main takeaway. People who defend Zionism as anything but a colonial project have to engage in logical inconsistencies. They have to ignore and distort historical fact, and they have to have a moral compass that only points in one direction. I would actually have a lot more respect for people who sat down at the Israel side of the table and said, look, yeah, we colonized this place, we created a country here, lots of people did that, that's how Australia was made, in Canada, and the United States, and New Zealand, but look, Israel exists now whether you like it or not, so let's just frickin' deal with it. Let's find a solution to the refugee crisis and call it a day. But there's one reason why they won't. It's because they're not done yet. Their colonial enterprise is not finished. They are not sufficiently happy with keeping the land they have already stolen and having that be their country. They want more. They want all of it. And so they have to try to concoct some version of events so that the international community will allow them to keep going. Really fittingly, this 5 hours starts by Destiny saying, Arabs are inherently only capable of violence, and it ends with Destiny and Benny Morris saying, international law doesn't count, no one cares about it, let's not follow it. I think there's no better summary of what Zionist arguments are overall, but it was really powerful that in response to that, the only Palestinian at the table said, the thing about this is Palestinians have never given up. They have never sacrificed their rights, and they never will.